Hey, I'm Jeremy Doku, and this is my first and last. What was my first encounter with Pep Guardiola? The first time I spoke with him, I remember was on the phone. Obviously, before I came here, I wanted to speak with him to see what was his thoughts about me coming and how did he see me fit into the team, because obviously they just want to travel. So for me, it was important to see what he saw and what his vision was. And yeah, he was just speaking with me and we're just speaking about how he saw me play and what he likes about me and how he sees how I can fit in the team. So that was a very interesting conversation and convinced me obviously to come here, and happy with my choice that I made. What was your last encounter with Pep Guardiola? Yesterday on training session. So I saw him at the training. Obviously he's our coach, so which is some guidelines that he gave and some advice that he gives sometimes on coaching. He's very demanding. He knows what it takes to achieve trophies. So he's very demanding and very passionate. So as every coach does. So that was my last encounter with him. Who was your first shirt swap with? That's a good question. I don't actually remember. I remember when I was younger, I didn't really like to swap t-shirts because I was a bit shy and I didn't know how to ask. So I didn't swap t-shirts until I really, for example, I played against someone that I knew, a friend or something, then I would swap t-shirts. So I probably was just a friend. Your last swap shirts with? I think against Madrid with Kylian Mbappe. It's a good shirt to have, yeah. What was the first piece of coaching advice you ever received? My dad was not a coach, but he gave me a lot of advice. He advised me a lot on football, and I'm here also where I am now, thanks to him. But in terms of a coach, I remember coaches when I was younger, they always told me not to dribble, play simple, one touch, two touch. But I didn't really listen because I had confidence in myself since young. And as soon as they saw that actually it was working, they said to me, "Oh, dribble as much as you want," and so they changed. I would encourage people really, if you convince that that's your talent there, just use your strongest attributes and make the difference in the game. And that's what I try to do until this day. What was the last piece of coaching advice you received? This one I get a lot and I still work on it, to score the easy goals. For me, every time I score is like difficult goals, so I want to get to a point where I can score like easy tap-ins, and for that you have to be in the right position. So coaching advice that I get a lot lately is also to be at the second post on time to score the easy goals, and the difficult goals will be there, but at least you have those easy tap-ins to add the goals to my account. So that's what advice I got. It's good to have conversations. At the end of the day, you need to visualize it on the pitch. So it's more on the pitch thing that you notice that, oh, I should be there, and it will come. Like, I'm not in my prime yet, so it will come. And Raheem, I remember his first season was not like that. Progressed suddenly and was there every time in the second post and scored those tap-ins. And if you can score those tap-ins and be there, you have a lot of goals that you add to your account. So yeah. Who was the first footballer you had a selfie with? Maybe Mitrovic or something like that. But when I was 12 years old, I didn't want to do always the trajectory from Antwerp to Brussels, so I had to sleep in with the family. Like 10 players, I had to sleep with the family. And on Christmas, Mitrovic came. Yeah, he came and we took a selfie with him. Who was the last footballer you had the selfie with? I think Dodi Lukebakio and Conny de Winter at the national team. We had selfies together, so those were the players that I had last selfie with. What was your first impression of Erling Haaland? That is a machine, obviously, that he loves goals, that is very funny and a relaxed guy. You know, get into a team like this with players of this quality, you might think that they will be, I don't know, very different, very close. When I arrived, I directly felt at home. They were very nice with me, and Erling particularly. So a very funny guy, and obviously on the pitch he's a machine that always wants to score and knows how to score. What was your last impression of Erling Haaland? And I would say the same. Still the same guy that I met for the first time, became even closer. Very funny guy, very humble guy. When was the first time you were recognized in the street? I think when I was in Anderlecht, when I made my debut, and people started to recognize me. And obviously the further I went, the more people started to recognize me. So that was a nice experience at start as well, because you realize that you go to the next step, that people really recognize you and ask for signatures and stuff. When was the last time you were recognized? Today, when I was outside, went to my car, that someone passed by and obviously recognized me. So yeah, obviously now when you play in a team like this, that happens more often. So yeah. Tell us when the first time you were nervous was. When I'm out to make my debut in Anderlecht, I was nervous, but I was excited as well. And it went quick. I was very nervous that day. I remember at the hotel. Didn't know if I was gonna play. Didn't know how it was gonna be for the first time. And that was my first time I was nervous. The last time I was nervous, yeah, I don't know when the last time I was nervous. I'm excited, looking forward to it, but I'm not really nervous anymore. I think with experience and having seen a lot more than obviously when I was 16, the nerves go away and it's more in terms of excitement and looking forward to it. Thanks for watching my first and last.